immortality, eternal life. Those were questions that I had long wondered the answer to. Was it possible? Was it doable? Could it be done? Could we once and for all solve the problem of death and live forever? Never having to depart from the ones we love. Never having to sit there in old age and wonder, coulda, shoulda, woulda, what do I regret about my life? What could I have done differently? Felt like I'd be doing a good service to humanity by solving the riddle once and for all. All through middle school, I had pondered and pondered. What if we could cheat death? What if we learned how to actually save people from death? What if death was no longer a reality? What would we be able to accomplish if that was the case? What limits could we surpass? What things could we accomplish? The possibilities seemed endless. Till one day I decided to actually take matters into my own hands and see if I could actually put into practice what I'd long been fantasizing about. It was a cold autumn day. My partner Stan and I were looking for corpses to reanimate. Then I had remembered. My good buddy Gino. Gino was a fairly intelligent guy, fairly athletic, fairly likable as well. He just recently died a while ago, well, only about a week ago. And I figured I might have a better chance of someone that was a little fresher, so to speak. So, Stan and I head over to the cemetery where Gino had just been buried. We dig him up. We take him. He was still pretty fresh. Decay had started to settle on a little bit, but he was still fresh for the most part. Fairly fresh. Then we put him take him back to our place. We put him on the table. We hook up all the electrical wiring, all the life support machines into him. And we began to attempt to resurrect him. Gino was a fairly big guy, about 6'3", 240, so Stan and I had a time hauling up that dead weight and putting him on, but we got it done. We had a heart monitor, a respiratory monitor hooked up. We plug him in, have the current of electricity going through his body, trying to activate any life force. Restarting his heart. Shock therapy, if you will. Tried several times, but no luck. It just so happened that there was a thunderstorm blowing in that day, and, well, a strain of thunderstorms, a whole low pressure system was coming in. Lightning was starting to pick up. The thunder rumbles were starting to pick up as well. The storm was getting near. Just flash and flash and flash of lightning, rumble and rumble of thunder. Then a whiplash, a blast of lightning striking the house, going through our electrical system and frying everything almost. Our power goes out. Shit, I mutter. I go down into the basement and start up my generator. I have an emergency generator just in case of power outages. Because I didn't feel like waiting on the power company, so I figured I'd just take matters into my own hands and do what I needed to do. Start up the generator. Restarted all my system. And to my surprise, the heart rate and the respiratory oxygen rate was up. Kept going and going and going up. I turned to Stan, wide-eyed. I was like, Stan, you don't think that? He shakes his head. I don't know. The white cover began to move. A sour, yellow, muscular arm begins to come out from beneath the sheet, feeling around, testing its new environment. My jaw drops. I quickly stare at Stan. Look back at each other. Mouths hanging open, eyes wide. Rain begins to pour outside. Wind begins to gust. The heart rate is steady now. Beating and beating. Beating. Turn to Stan again. I gently bend over. I gently touch the wrist to check the pulse. Steady and ongoing. Steady and ongoing. Stan gestures and motions to make a statement, but before he does, the other arm shoots out from beneath the blanket and grabs him by the throat. He gasps. Stop, I yell. Don't. Stan loses his breath. Crunching. Gasping. Stan's gone. Hey, stop that, I screamed. No reaction. The other arm releases Stan's dead cold body. I'd attempted to release the arm from Stan's throat, but there had been the Gino had just been too strong. I just didn't know what to do. He wouldn't stop. Superhuman strength he possessed. And I was no physical match against him. God, Jesus, what have I done? Then the sheet comes off, revealing the yellow, slowly rotten but yet muscular and athletic, inhuman demigod body of Gino. His jet black hair almost molded into the head. His cold, dead brown eyes staring right at me. A grunt, an emotion made towards me. I shout and I back up quickly. Gino gets up. His shredded, naked body slowly getting used to itself again, finding life once more. He grunts again and growls in an attempt to speak. Gino? It's me. Ray, do you remember? Another growl, and another grunt. He growls again. Gino, it's me, Ray. I brought you back. I was convinced I had found the secret to immortality, eternal life. Do you remember me? Gino paused, squinted those piercing eyes. Then, an evil smile. Gino, it's me. He flips over the operation table like it was nothing. Smiles again. I begin to back up slowly. Lightning and thunder still striking violently around. Gino, it's me. Please stop. It's me, Ray. I brought you back. But he kept on coming. I realized I was in trouble. I had no way to physically defend myself and I had no weapons. Then I realized I did. I had the scalpel right in my pocket. I pulled it out. Gino, don't come any closer, I warned. Took 2 steps. And smiled again. Gino, I'm warning you, don't come any closer. He shoots out at me, alarmingly quickly. I managed to dig the scalpel onto a part of his arm. Gushing out black blood, he yells and moans in pain and pulls back. Then, his face turns to pure rage. He charges once again. I attempt to make another stab, but he grabs my arm. The strength, the power, I was no match. I managed to get away. Somehow or another, he slipped and lost his grip, and I managed to get away. I make for the front door. I open it, I slam the door shut, and I lock it. I go to my car. Fuck, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I wonder. I breathe deeply. Just as I open my car door, the front door slams wide open. Coming off the hinges, the threshold is wide open. Gino walks through the opening, smiling still. Jesus. I get into the car and start it up. Gino makes a move. If I manage to start it, I begin to drive away just as he's getting close. Just as I start speeding up, I feel a very large impact on the roof of the car. Fuck, he's on the roof. I slammed the brakes, but he's still up there. He didn't fall off. I speed up once again, going 50, 55, 60 miles an hour on a 4 or 5 mile an hour road. I slam the brakes once again. A loose hand, a loose arm becomes visible on my side window. Almost had him that time. Then, the large open hand busts through my passenger window, reaching into the car. Then I start to see a part of his shoulder and his head. He's smiling still, deviously, licking his lips and his teeth. He grunts again. I brake the car one more time. Manages to fall off the side. I begin to speed away, but I realize I can't possibly let him roam free. He's just too dangerous. I go up the road and circle back. As I am, I notice that he begins to get up, shakes himself off, still naked, still smiling. That wicked smile. I speed up towards him. I didn't know what else to do at this point. I felt like it was my responsibility and I had to take him out. He just smiles and jumps right up over the front of my car and onto the roof once more. Once again grabbing hold of the busted open passenger window. The rain still pouring, the wind still gusting, the lightning and thunder still going crazy. Licking his lips, he reaches in once again. I brake once again and he almost loses his footing again, but manages to stay up on the roof. Then he slams his fist on my front windshield, shattering, glass flying everywhere. I lose control of the car, tail spins out. I crashed into a ditch next to the main road. I'm awakened by EMS and fire trucks. They managed to get me out, pulling me out. I asked if they found the other person, but they replied in the negative. We didn't find anyone else. There's no trace of anyone else. What happened? I asked. Oh, you must have slid off the road, probably going too fast and you lost control of the car. Sometimes this road can be a little hairy when it rain's pouring down like that. And I probably need to get my tires checked. I replied. About a week goes by and I'm released from the hospital. I don't have any serious injuries, just a couple broken bones here or there, but nothing too serious. I make it back to my house. Check up on my equipment and everything's in place. But stunningly, Stan is no longer there. I had no idea where he went. Oh, great. I sigh. I get my door repaired. Front door fixed. The door repairmen were kind of puzzled about why my door was busted open from the inside, but they just did their job and asked no further questions. Another week goes by. I'm searching through the woods, looking for tracks, signs, anything. Another day goes by. It starts raining again. Could swear I hear tapping on my window. Tapping. I knew I shouldn't let my curiosity get the best of me, but I decided to go have a look. And there, with the piercing brown eyes of Gino, now seeming as a hazel yellow, piercing right into me, staring at me. Bursting through the window, his hand grabs my throat. He squeezes and squeezes and squeezes. Until I wake up. Shit. Drenched in sweat. I shake my head and collect my thoughts and gather myself. Just as a precaution, I decide to get a flashlight, take my newly acquired 12-gauge shotgun, and have a look outside. By my window, I notice a set of footprints in the dirt, leading off far off into the woods. I notice a pair of glowing yellow eyes staring at me, fading back into the darkness of the night.